Hey everyone, Sacco here, and today I'm going to answer the age-old question of, what if the Avengers Endgame characters were Pokemon? First up, the original Avenger, Captain America. Captain America is strong and agile. He has excellent stamina and is extremely smart. He is an excellent close-quarter fighter and carries a steel shield that he can throw at a distance or keep close to defend. Captain America's Pokemon equivalent would be Lucario, a steel fighting type Pokemon that is known for being very intelligent. Like the Captain, it is able to fight up close with moves like Close Combat and Bone Rush. It can also attack from afar using moves like Aura Sphere, where he throws a blast of aura at his foes. Just like Captain America, Lucario thrives off friendship and pride. Next up is arguably one of the strongest Avengers, or if you ask him, you know that he will say he is. Thor, God of Thunder and leader of Asgardians, is an incredibly strong manipulator of electricity. He is physically strong as well as a heavy hitter from afar. He carries Mjolnir, the iconic hammer that helps him control lightning. If Thor was a Pokemon, I'd say he would be an Electivire. Electivire is one of the strongest electric Pokemon in the franchise. It has an excellent physical and special attack. It can use moves like Thunder from afar and can fight up close with moves like Thunder Punch. Electivire can control 20,000 plus volts of power with its tail alone, making it an electrifying Pokemon. A Pokemon that would also be fit to be called the God of Thunder. Third on the list, we have one of the lead Avengers, Iron Man, the star of the first MCU movie. Iron Man is covered in a strong metal armor. His armor causes him to have good defensive and offensive abilities. He carries an arsenal of weapons on him, like nano blades, energy blades, and energy blasters. If Iron Man was a Pokemon, I'd believe him to be a Bisharp. Bisharp is a strong metal armored Pokemon. It carries impressive attack and defensive stats. It can use its blades on its armor to carry out moves like Metal Claw, Night Slash, and Guillotine. Similar to Iron Man, Bisharp is also known for being a leader. It is often found leading groups of Pawniard on hunting expeditions or to new areas. The Black Widow, also known as Natasha Romanoff, was a Russian spy who became an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. She has great agility, versatility, balance, and dexterity. She is skilled in hand-to-hand combat and is a master of stealth. Natasha often uses stealth to gain an advantage on unsuspecting enemies. If Black Widow was a Pokemon, she would be a Weavile. Weavile is an extremely fast Pokemon who fights on ice, which improves its versatility and balance. It is a skilled physical attacker with powerful stats. It has a move pool full of stealth moves like Feint Attack and Night Slash, leaving it to be the equivalent of Black Widow in the Pokemon universe. Carol Denver, also known as Captain Marvel, possesses Kree physiology and is the latest member of the Avengers. She excels in both close quarter combat and from afar. She carries many superpowers, one of which is the ability to fire radiant energy from her fingertips. If Carol was a Pokemon, she would be a Blaziken. The firefighting type has excellent attacking stats and good special attack. Similar to Captain Marvel, Blaziken has the ability to use fire type moves such as Blaze Kick from up close or moves like Ember or Flamethrower from afar. King of Wakanda and wearer of the Black Panther armor is T'Challa, the protector of the African nation. The Black Panther is a proficient scientist who trains hard to master his hand-to-hand combat skills. He uses advanced Wakanda technology to help him in the fight against his enemies. The Black Panther has enhanced strength, reflexes, speed, agility, and stamina. His main weapons are his fists and his claws. He also uses stealth and cat-like reflexes to gain an advantage over his enemies. If Black Panther was a Pokemon, the most obvious choice would be a Liepard. Liepard, the leopard Pokemon, may not be a panther, but carries many similarities to the cat-like superhero. Liepard has good speed stats and has great reflexes. It also fights up close using its claws with moves like Fury Swipes and Slash. Liepard also uses stealth to gain an advantage on its prey or opponents. It carries moves like Night Slash and Sucker Punch to finish off its enemies. Leader of the Mystic Arts, Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, uses his magic abilities to fight from a range. Doctor Strange has the ability of transportation and the ability to manipulate time. With the help of the Cloak of Levitation, Doctor Strange is even able to levitate and fly. Doctor Strange is yet another powerhouse in the Marvel Universe. If Doctor Strange was a Pokemon, I believe that he would be an Alakazam, the powerhouse psychic type. Alakazam uses its psychic ability to deal high amounts of special attack damage and will often be found levitating instead of walking due to its psychic abilities. Alakazam can also use moves like Teleport to run away from battles or to transport its trainer to somewhere safe. Just like Doctor Strange, Alakazam can even use moves like Future Sight to anticipate its opponent's moves, making it the Sorcerer Supreme of the Pokemon universe. The next Avenger on our list is known for being one of the strongest of the group. Hulk, who uses brute strength to win battles, is the powerhouse of Earth's mightiest heroes. What Hulk often lacks in the intelligence department is made up for his huge attack power and strength. Hulk is a hand-to-hand fighter who very rarely has to use weapons. One of his biggest rivals is a fellow Avenger, Thor. The two have battled it out on many occasions through the movie, TV, and comic book series. Hulk is a more than capable opponent for even the God of Thunder. If the Hulk was a Pokemon, he would be a Machoke. Machoke, also known as the superpower Pokemon due to its strength, is also known for having temper issues. It uses its belt to be a regulator for its emotions. It's said that if it wasn't wearing a belt, not even the Pokemon itself would be able to hold back its awesome power. Machoke is strong enough to lift multiple tons by itself. He is also a close combat fighter, similar to the Hulk. A Pokemon that arms itself only with fists to do damage to its opponents. With its brute strength and possible temper issues, Machoke is the equivalent Hulk in the Pokemon franchise. Hawkeye, or Ronin, arms himself with weapons to fight his opponents. His trademark bow and arrow is used to fight from range. He often gets to vantage points to fire arrows at his opponents to assist his fellow team members. Hawkeye or Ronin also uses stealth to attack enemies. He can use his stealthy bow, which makes no noise, to gain an advantage over his opponents. If he was a Pokemon, he would be a Decidueye. Decidueye is a grass ghost type Pokemon who arms itself with a bow made from its own wings. With its ghost typing, it uses stealth to get into its vantage points where it can fight from a range. Both Decidueye and Ronin also wear a hood that cover over their face. With similar weaponry and fighting style, Decidueye is the Avengers equivalent in the Pokemon world. Arguably the strongest Avenger, the Scarlet Witch is certainly one that many fans of the series believe is underestimated. Wanda has the ability to use Chaos Magic, which gives her abilities like Mind Manipulation, Hex Bolts, Flight, Teleportation, and Telekinesis. She is even an expert tactician and is also incredibly smart. If the Scarlet Witch was a Pokemon, she would be a Gardevoir, the Psychic Fairy type Pokemon. Gardevoir is an absolute powerhouse of a Pokemon. Gardevoir is one of the most powerful Pokemon in terms of its special attack stat. There are barely any other Pokemon that can match up to its amazing powers, especially when it's in its Mega Evolution stage. It uses moves like Psychic and Future Sight to attack Pokemon from a range. Just like the Scarlet Witch, Gardevoir also carries the ability of Teleportation and Telekinesis. Named after what he was bitten by, Spider-Man carries the ability of Web Shooter's strength and the Spider Sense ability. With the help of the Stark Industries Spider-Man suit, Peter Parker now has an arsenal of different web blasts to help defeat opponents. Another upgrade provided by Tony Stark is the Iron Spider improvement, where Spider-Man grows 4 metal legs that can help protect him or attack his enemies. If Spider-Man was a Pokemon, he would be a Galvantula. Galvantula, the Spider-type Pokemon, is a bug electric type. A Pokemon who, just like Spider-Man, can shoot webs. It uses electric webs to trap and immobilize its opponents. Galvantula can fight close quarters with moves like Leech Life, Bug Bite, and Sucker Punch, but can also fight from afar using moves like Electro Web, Electro Ball, and Bug Buzz. With so many of the same abilities as Spider-Man, Galvantula was an easy choice to be the Spider-Man equivalent. War Machine, another armor suit wearing Avenger created by Tony Stark, uses his metal armor as both a defense and a weapon. Colonel James Rhodes, or Rhodey as Tony Stark calls him, originally took an Iron Man armor without the permission of Tony Stark. He was later given his own suit of armor by Iron Man. War Machine's armor carries similar weapons to Iron Man, which means he can fight from a range, or he can fight up close. If War Machine was a Pokemon, I believe he would be an Aggron. Aggron, like War Machine, is covered in a metal armor. The steel rock type Pokemon can be used to fight from a range or from up close. It uses its metal armor to protect itself from its opponent's attacks in a similar way that War Machine's armor protects Rhodey. Bucky Barnes, also known as the Winter Soldier, is next on our list. Bucky, who was a World War II veteran and started out as a villain in the MCU, was captured and made into an enemy. After the Civil War battle that split the MCU in two, Bucky became a good guy and became an unofficial Avenger in the Infinity War, where he fought against Thanos' army to protect Wakanda and the Infinity Stones. Bucky is a proficient fighter from close and is also an expert using a variety range of weapons. His iconic metal arm is used to smash through heavy objects with ease. If the Winter Soldier was a Pokemon, I believe that he would be a Zoroark, the Dark type Pokemon. Zoroark, who uses moves like Punishment and Pursuit to fight from up close, or can use moves like Night Daze to fight from afar. It also has a similar dark appearance to the Winter Soldier's armor, and its dark typing can be used as a similarity of the Winter Soldier's dark past as an enemy of the Avengers. Ant-Man, who has the ability to manipulate his size and to talk to or control ants, is another unofficial Avenger. He, as well as his partner, the Wasp, have the ability to fight up close or from afar using blasters or size manipulators. Wasp, who has the ability to fly, is the most similar to the Pokemon Beedrill, who is known as the Wasp type Pokemon, and carries many similar abilities to the Wasp. The Pokemon alternative to Ant-Man would be Durant, the ant Pokemon. Durant fight in large colonies to protect its nest against enemies, similarly to how Ant-Man can control ants to fight together with him. The Guardians of the Galaxy, a group of interstellar heroes who protect the galaxy, consist of 6 members in the MCU, led by Star-Lord, half man, half Spartoy, who uses weapons and close combat fighting to defeat his enemies. He would be a normal type Pokemon. I believe his closest equivalent would be Ursaring, a Pokemon who is quite normal in the Pokemon universe. Ursaring uses physical type moves to attack its opponents. The Guardians, who had a major role in the collection of the Infinity Stones, started as a group of misfits. Gamora, the adopted daughter of Thanos, an expert in close combat fighting who uses her sword and fists as primary weapons, would be best portrayed by Gallade. Gallade, who has a similar appearance, also has extendable blades that can come out of its elbows. Rocket Raccoon, a fan favourite of the Guardians, is the loudmouth of the group. If Rocket Raccoon was portrayed as a Pokemon, he would be a Zigzagoon, purely based on its appearance and normal typing. Zigzagoon is also known as the Raccoon Pokemon. Groot, who can only say 3 words, I am Groot, is best portrayed by Sudowoodo, the tree-looking Pokemon, purely due to its looks. Mantis, who is the latest member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, is best portrayed by Leavenny, due to its antennas and healing abilities. Lastly, we have Drax the Destroyer, who uses blades and fists in a similar way as Gamora. Drax the Destroyer would be most similar to Scyther, the dual blade Pokemon. Scyther is a physical attacker who uses its arms, which are swords, to attack its opponents. Finally, we have come to the biggest enemy of the MCU movies. Thanos, the warlord from planet Titan, whose main objective was to bring stability to the universe by killing half of its inhabitants, is the strongest villain that the MCU has produced. Thanos successfully collected all 6 of the Infinity Stones and created a gauntlet to harvest their power. Even Earth's mightiest heroes, with the assistance of the Guardians of the Galaxy, couldn't stop him. He was able to defeat Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Thor, the Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and every other Avenger with relative ease. He beat the Hulk in hand-to-hand combat without even drawing a sweat. Thanos, being the tyrant he is, successfully snapped his fingers and instantly killed 50% of the universe's existence in Infinity War. If Thanos was a Pokemon, it would have to be one of the strongest Pokemon there is. It would be a Pokemon who carries a Mega Stone, a Pokemon who has advanced further than most other Pokemon. If Thanos was a Pokemon, he would be a Mega Mewtwo X. Mega Mewtwo carries a similar appearance to Thanos and carries an extreme amount of attack stats. It's a powerhouse of a Pokemon, one that is only matched by other Mega or Legendary Pokemon. Mega Mewtwo X is a Psychic Fighting type Pokemon. Just like Thanos, it has an amazing close combat and can use psychic moves, similarly to what Thanos can do with the Infinity Gauntlet. Mega Mewtwo X, who is an extremely strong Pokemon, carries the right to be named a Tyrant of the series, and is the Thanos equivalent in the Pokemon universe. And there you have it. This is my take on if the Avengers were Pokemon, who would they be? If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Feel free to share it with your friends and comment on the video. I'd just like to say a big thank you to websites like DeviantArt and all the other websites out there who supply images that were used to make this video. A huge amount of time and effort went into this, and if it wasn't for the people who helped provide these images, there's no way that I would have been able to do this. Thank you again for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe. Please feel free to comment on your thoughts of which Avenger should be which Pokemon.